Welcome back to the Hoof and Fang podcast. I'm Kirt Maz.
And I'm Maz Maddox.
How's your week going?
Smooth so far. It's been a nice 2 days into the week.
Excellent.
Yeah, the day job's not being too stupid.
Nobody's really pissed you off yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
They've tried.
It is only... Oh, they've tried.
They've tried.
Okay.
Yes, but I let it wash over me.
Mm-hmm. Like water off a duck's back.
Yes, exactly. Just very whoosh.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm also at a really fun part of book 3 in the Wild Contract series. So instead of it feeling kind of like homework right now to where like I have to go home and switch gears and try to get in the mood to write, I'm already there. Like as soon as I get home and make dinner, I can just go right into it, which is there's a very small part of each book that's like that, where I just like can't wait to get to it. And then it goes back to feeling like homework. But right now it's exciting and fun.
Is it a part of the process that happens every time, or is it a specific part of the book?
I think it's both, at least for me. Because I think when I first start, it's very much like exciting new project. It's a little unsteady because like with any blank page, it's kind of intimidating. And it goes from exciting to kind of a slog. Then I get to like some of my more favorite parts of the book because in the middle is usually when like a lot of shit's happening, and like you go into the third act, like that's when everything is kind of exploding. And then when I'm tapering down and winding down to the end, then it's really like a slog because I don't want to do this anymore. And like, I don't want to end it because one, I don't want to finish the series because I'll miss everybody. And then two, it's just so much pressure to make sure you're getting the ending correctly. And also I've been spending so much time in this world. I hate it. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Like I just don't want to be here anymore. So I'm at the fun middle part where I'm like, yeah, everything's exciting and I can just play around and do shit. And if it doesn't work, I don't have to travel back as far to fix it. Right. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
good.
Yeah. Good. What about you? How's your week going?
My week is going fine. I am just doing my normal gay romance bullshit. I'm on my gay romance bullshit. Just over there.
I love
recording my gay romances, recording bits and pieces of our audiobook. Just putting in the hours to get shit done, to get paid.
Yeah.
That's where we're at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Feel that.
There are times like this that I'm not sure people believe we have or think we have, that just like, there are times where this really does just feel like a job. And we're in one of those. Like I am lucky enough to have a calendar that is full of jobs. None of them are like groundbreaking or like career defining.
Right.
They're
just
the next gig.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going from gig to gig and we're getting them done, and obviously treating each of them with the respect and dignity that they deserve. And I'm putting myself into it, but it's not like, ooh, this really exciting thing is on the horizon. It's just, no, it's my romances. Some sci-fi supernatural, some not.
Yeah.
Some, a lot of contemporary romances coming up.
For sure.
A couple sports romances coming up. So like, it's just, it's what I imagine people who still have day jobs sometimes feel like. It's not good. It's not bad. I'm just going.
Yeah, just
going to my job. I'm getting my job done. And then when I'm done, I get to walk away from it.
Yeah. Yeah,
so.
Nothing wrong with that. And I mean, even with my like creative stuff, even stuff that you love can sometimes feel like, I just mentioned, it can feel like homework. It feels like a slog, even though you love it with your whole heart.
Yeah.
It's still something else you have to do today before you can go to sleep. You know what I mean? So totally understand.
Right. And I am still catching up on sleep because John and I were away this weekend. And, you just don't sleep as well away from your own bed.
I'm the same way. Yeah.
And this was like a party weekend because it was my husband's college friends that we were hanging out with. And I was much better this time than I usually am about just going to bed when I got tired and not trying to stay up with them.
Yeah.
And listening to them reminisce about all these things that I've never heard of anyways.
Oh, for sure.
At this point, John and I have been together almost 11 years. I've heard a lot of these stories.
Oh, yeah.
It's less fun to hear stories a third and fourth time if you weren't there to live them in the first place.
Oh, yeah. That
so I was just kind of like, all right, well, I'm going to go to bed. Didn't really say anything. Just got up and left the room.
And just went to bed.
The problem with that plan is we were staying in like this pretty old house. And so there was literally no sound barrier between the floors. It was just a wooden floor.
Yeah.
And so like you could look between the cracks and see downstairs.
Oh my God.
Like literally it was just like old house, just wood planks.
Oh shit.
That was the floor.
That would trip me out.
So it wasn't like quiet.
Yeah, I was going to say the sound of people laughing and stuff probably.
Right. So I didn't sleep super well this weekend and still catching up, and the weather's crummy today. So
it really
is. It's just a Tuesday.
Yeah.
This Tuesday is Tuesdaying hard.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's fair.
That's where I'm at. Meh.
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 Yeah. Good news.
Mm-hmm.
We do have the second episode of Only Skin Deep available.
Yes.
Over on our Patreon. So if you are a dear listener, you can be listening to chapters 4 through 6, as well as the episode that we released last week, which was chapters 1 through 3.
Mm-hmm.
You will notice we've done a little bit of editing.
Yes.
Including the author's name.
Yeah.
So welcome to this sneak peek inside of sometimes how this process works, which is that sometimes you get information after you've already started recording.
Yeah, it happens.
And you just gotta roll with it. Now, usually you would never see that happening, dear listeners, but now you will.
Yeah.
Like, this is, I guess, a consequence of doing this the way we're doing it, which is that we are releasing some of this content before the authors have a chance to, give their final stamp of approval.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I guess it's sort of like a work in progress situation.
Yeah,
you get to hear it before anybody else. And also, who knows what little Easter eggs might be in those early versions that will get fixed for the final version. So I guess that's the question is, do we go back and fix the episode, or do we leave the episode as is and let it be sort of its own thing in time?
I don't know. I think we should just kind of let it run.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be different when I almost said podcast, when the audiobook is complete.
Right.
And we release it through BookFunnel.
Obviously, everything will be fixed.
Yeah, it'll be
by the final audiobook version.
Right.
But yeah, so maybe we just leave that episode as is and be like, well, we said her name wrong. Sorry.
Yes, we did. Sorry.
So, I mean, for the record, those episodes aren't going to stick around for very long anyways, because once you have the audiobook version, this sounds so terrible to say, but like, we don't want people who sign up later to also get previous audiobooks.
Right.
So like once the audiobook is out, those episodes will go away and you will have the audiobook.
Yeah.
And then the next one will start. So I guess enjoy those little Easter eggs while they happen.
You're part of the learning process with us.
Right.
You get to see us grow.
Yeah.
So it's half the fun.
Yeah. Speaking of fun things, I just started a new series last night.
Okay.
The Dead Boy Detectives.
So I didn't know about that until I was watching Trixie and Katya rip it apart. And then I was like, oh, actually, or not rip it apart, but make fun of it.
Sure.
And I was like, oh, this actually looks fantastic. Right. And so I stopped because I was like, I want to start it.
Yeah.
But is it fantastic?
I mean, I'm in the middle of episode 2 and so far I love it.
All right, sweet.
So,
okay, yeah, it looks very intriguing.
I loved Sandman on Netflix.
Yeah, I didn't know it was connected.
It was a great adaptation. So it's the same world.
Yeah.
So I've known about it for several weeks, and I know that there's a queer storyline and it's supernatural. And I was like, okay, this is ticking all the boxes. I'm just too busy.
Yeah.
I had to do my rewatch of Hacks because that new season was starting.
Nice.
I had things to do.
Right.
And so I finally started it last night, and I was like, oh, I love this.
Okay.
I will be binging this post haste.
Oh, for sure.
Super fast.
Yeah.
So I was like, got to talk to the pod people. About this.
I bet we're so tardy to the party on this.
I'm almost certain we are.
Yeah. Everyone's gonna be like, what do you mean you haven't even watched all of it yet?
It's been available for 3-4 weeks. What are you doing? And it's like, I know. I'm sorry, I'm busy. But so you now also have to start watching it, and we can talk about it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get started on that soon.
Yeah. Dead Boy Detectives on Netflix.
It's a cute name too.
It is.
I would read that book. If I saw it on a shelf, I'd be like, all right.
You can.
Oh.
You can go get the graphic novel right now.
Well, I forgot. Those are all based off of graphic novels. But I stand by what I said.
Wow.
Cute name.
Wow. Love it. Okay, so today we're going to be digging into our YouTube history. Because, dear listeners, if you did not know, in addition to being podcast royalty, we are also YouTube stars. Yes. We recently passed 2,000 views.
Woo!
Not
Do
on
we
a single
get one
video.
Of those plaques?
No, not on a single video. On all of our videos combined, we've gone over 2,000 views and almost 500 hours of content watched.
Ooh,
so I was like, to me, that is impressive.
I think that's fantastic.
So like, it's the most successful YouTube channel I have ever created.
Yeah, me too. That I've been a part of.
Yeah. So we're nowhere close to being monetized, but I figured since we're YouTube stars now, we can pass judgment on other YouTube stars.
Yeah.
And we can just share some of our favorite channels and personalities. So, do you just want to give a rundown real quick of some of your favorite YouTube celebrities?
I need more YouTube celebrities because I actually had to open it up and be like, what the hell do I watch? Like, because right now it's been mostly like ambient music. Like that's what I listen to when I write or like when I'm at work, I'll put on something. So I've got a couple of those I really like, but I was like, well, what do I watch when I actually want to see people doing things or creating things? So I've got, do you want me to just go through the names?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me about them.
So Vsauce is one that I like. I haven't watched it recently because I haven't been in a like super fun sciencey mood. Okay. But this is a very fantastic channel where they take abstract concepts or like deep dive into scientific topics, but they explain it in a deeply philosophical way. It's really interesting the way that this guy explains things and kind of takes the topic and then like branches out away from it and drills down into the nitty gritty is fabulous. Okay. Highly recommend it. It's really, really good.
And Vsauce?
Yeah, Vsauce.
Okay.
And it's really good. They also have a couple of like sister channel or like other channels that they've made from that, but just the basic Vsauce is great. As far as not sciencey stuff, Vizvpop, I'm probably saying it wrong. Vizvpop. It's the person who makes Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel.
Okay.
Fantastic. It's there are two animated series. Hell of a Boss is only on YouTube, but Has Been Hotel was actually picked up by Amazon, which is really cool because Has Been Hotel was a pilot from like, I want to say like 4 years ago. It's a musical set in hell, and it's about this woman demon who makes a hotel to try to give demons a second chance at like redemption. So like making souls good, but it's got a full musical score, beautifully animated, wonderful voice cast behind it. It's really catchy, very funny. And then Hell of a Boss isn't a musical. It's just another animated series set also in hell with demons and stuff. Very funny, lots of like fun queer storylines, and like it's very adult humor, like very crass and stuff, but it's just so well done. It's one of the better adult animation things I've seen in years. So if you are like an animation person, love it. It's so cool. And then we've got Trixie Mattel, of course. Nobody's surprised by that. I also follow Felicia Day. I love her like Let's Play stuff. She used to have a book club that me and Jess used to follow, and she would make videos about that. So I go onto her channel every once in a while just to watch her play video games and be a nerd and chat about it. So I just love her to death. And then I've got one that's specifically a video game pop culture kind of thing. The creator's name is Matt McMuscles. He deep dives. I love it. He's got one in particular series called What Happened, which he dives into like the extreme blunders within the gaming industry, like going and interviewing the teams behind failed video games, the developers, and really doing the deep research as to how this usually highly anticipated games that everyone was really excited about, how they died on the vine or how they came out and ruined people's expectations. And it's been really interesting to have him get behind the scenes and these creative minds talk about how like, they're like, oh yeah, we wanted to do X, Y, and Z, but then we got bought out and like our team was gutted, or our pressure and deadline were so bad that it just imploded on itself. So it's really interesting, but I love it just from a industry kind of thing that I like. So those are the ones that I consistently will watch, or at least dabble if I'm like, I need to pick me up or something.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I have, the only crossover we have is Trixie Mattel.
Yeah, I figured that's the bridge for us.
That's the tiny little part of our Venn diagram that crosses over. Because I also love Trixie. I was just kind of going through the things that I've been watching recently, because I also love to watch a lot of like DIYs and like DIYs from like home decor, like house building, like construction DIYs, all the way to like making your own furniture, landscaping. Like I like watching all of those DIYs. So those are kind of like a category that I watch a lot, but not many specific people, except for one that we will get to.
Okay.
But first and foremost, I watch a lot of the channel Tyler and Todd. They're a gay couple who live in Canada, Nova Scotia currently. And before the pandemic, they had bought a trailer and like were traveling across the continent. Like they quit their jobs or they were working remotely, and they picked up their whole lives and they got in this trailer and they started driving across the United States down to Mexico.
So cool.
And before they knew it, they were like, oh shit, we have to get back to Canada. Otherwise we're going to be trapped here.
Oh,
because the pandemic was happening, and they were going to shut down the borders.
Yeah.
And totally understandable, because if I was Canadian in America and there was a pandemic, I would not want to be here.
No,
I would want to go where the healthcare is free.
Yeah.
Or previously paid for by taxes.
Right.
So yeah, they up and left, and then they started building their own little homestead. Like a tiny house situation, but like on this land that they cleared out, and they made gardens, and they made a dome house, and then they started building a container house, and then a ton of shit went wrong. So now they just bought a house.
Oh, wow.
And so like, it's all of their adventures of trying to like figure out, like navigate this life that they have. And they are adorable.
Yeah.
And they're cheeky.
I love it.
And they're gays. So it's a lot of fun. And they have 2 adorable dogs and a cat.
Listen, I know you don't like them, but they're lovely.
They don't like me.
I know.
So like, yes, Tyler and Todd, highly recommend if you like just like, frankly, pretty fucking wholesome queer content.
And I've heard snippets, because I think they release every Monday or something.
Sunday, yeah. Okay. But I watch them usually Monday mornings.
Okay, yeah. So I was like, I know this guy's voice, and I haven't watched any of the videos, but it just sounds so lovely, and like them talking through like everything they're doing. Right. So yeah.
Yeah. Then I also watch a lot of a channel called, what is it called? Modern Builds. That's his.
Okay.
So for a long time, I thought of this guy as like my YouTube boyfriend, because I do not know his sexuality, nor do I care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
He's just adorable, and he builds things usually like not like beginner friendly, I'll say.
Okay.
Like if you have the tools and a little bit of know-how, the things he's building are not like, oh my God, I could never.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, I can make that project. And
that's cool.
So like, that's a person that I really like. Along the lines of like your ambient music, Green Red Productions is the name of a channel that does a lot of like deep bass pulsing music. It says it's for people with ADHD. So I will often have that very, very quietly pumping through my headphones as I'm recording, because that bass beat just helps to. It could be a placebo effect, but I think it helps me stay focused.
Alex has something that he listens to that's very similar, because he has ADD, and when he wants to get into a project, he listens to something and he just says it helps cut the noise. So I think there's something to it.
There's something to it.
Yeah.
There's something to it. And then finally, I watch a lot of content creator called Mickey Joe. The channel is called Mickey Joe Theater.
Yeah.
So he lives in London. He sees a lot of stuff over there. But has recently started coming to the US. On his very first trip to New York, I was staying in the hotel next to him. This was last year in March.
Yeah.
And then this trip that we went on a few weeks ago, we went out to dinner with a friend, and I turned, and there he was.
Crazy.
Back in New York at a table with his fiance. I was like, holy shit, Mickey Joe Theater is right there.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I didn't get a chance to go say hi, just because the timing was off.
Right.
But yeah, so he's like my theater thing that I watch, because it's also really interesting just to hear about what's going on across the pond, but also get his perspective on what's happening here, because he has to learn about it oftentimes through other people or through the press, which is the same way I find out about theater stuff, not living in New York City. So
right. Cool.
So yeah, those are people that I definitely watch because I like them.
Yeah. Love it.
Are there any channels that you watch because you don't like them?
No, I need a good hate watch. It's been a while since I found something that I'm like, I can't stand you, but I'm going to watch all of your content. I know you have one, though.
I do. I do. And I mean no disrespect to this person.
It's fine.
But
this is a safe space.
Yeah, I don't think she's ever going to listen to this, but I'm just going to put it out there.
Yeah.
Like, personally, I'm sure she's a lovely person.
Yeah.
But there is a creator on the YouTube named Alexandra Gator.
Okay.
And that is also the name of her channel.
Okay.
She is branded herself. And I pretty much watch her makeover. She does room makeovers. But she has no training as a designer.
Oh.
And so I often watch these room makers and just yell at the TV or screen upon which I am watching it when she's doing things that I think are insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. But here's the thing. She has a great aesthetic.
Okay.
Like, the spaces are often beautiful.
Yeah.
On camera.
Okay.
But if you've ever done like DIY projects or home repairs or tried to make things or even like sew things or like hang curtains, like simple things.
Yeah.
You watch her doing these things and it's like, well, that's going to fall down.
Yeah.
Or like, okay, she needs a workspace. So we're using this vintage table and this chair. And it's like, well, that chair means that the person will be typing next to their chin.
Oh my God.
Because the table is so damn high.
Yeah.
Like, you need to get them a higher chair. Like, it's shit like that I'm constantly looking at her videos and being like, what?
Yeah.
What are you thinking? Like, that's not going to function.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like she needs somebody in there to help kind of reel it in.
Now she actually has a whole team.
Oh,
so it happens a lot less that I'm sitting there going, what are you thinking? And now it's much more nitpicky stuff. Like, I don't really like that. Or like, we're saying this is renter friendly, but we're also screwing things into a wall. So like, we're probably cheating a little bit. I'm also really annoyed by the fact that when she does her consultations with the people who are getting makeovers, she says, congratulations on winning a makeover. And it's like, I was like,
no,
bitch, they didn't win anything. You chose them. You selected them because their space fits something you need for your channel.
Yeah.
And you are using them as much as they are benefiting from you.
Right.
So stop saying that they won a makeover. Like, you're not a prize. Like, they're getting some free shit, which is great for them.
Sure.
If you want to congratulate them on getting some free shit, fantastic. But like,
right.
Some things, like, they're going to find out pretty quickly that there are some things you just don't understand.
Yeah. And hopefully, I don't know, hopefully nothing like falls down and shit afterwards.
No, especially not anymore, because the best part of the channel is she now has this like handyman. His name is Graham. He's been around for a couple years now, and he is super competent and understands how to build things and how to install things.
Yeah.
And I'm no longer worried about things falling apart.
Well, good.
Yes.
Good.
But there are still some times where I'm like, but you could use that space for this other thing.
Right.
It's like, why are you doing it like that?
That's upsetting.
So, yeah. So I sort of at this point do a mix of hate watching and like actually watching, because it has gotten much better over time. But ooh boy, for a while there, it was just every video was like 3 or 4 things. I was like, that will not function. You have to think about how this will actually work in somebody's real life, Alexandra.
Right.
So,
oof.
Yeah. So that's a person that I love to hate.
Yeah. Well,
YouTube.
It sounds like she's improving, so at least there's that.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So I'd love to hear from our listeners.
Yes.
Other than us, of course. Like,
it's a given that they're
who
watching.
Who are you watching on YouTube? Who's fun? Who's cute? Who's doing gay shit that we should be watching?
Yes.
We love gay shit on the internet.
Always.
That sounds worse than I meant it to. But yeah, we want to know what you're listening to. Who's out there making good stuff. And then today we also have a fun new segment.
Okay.
It is a spinoff of Guess That Gay Book.
I love it.
Subtitle, Title Tag.
Title Tag.
Title Tag. This is Guess That Gay Book, Title Tag.
Love it. Okay.
So the version of this game is you will have to guess titles of gay books.
Okay.
Books, plural.
Ooh.
And you will have to connect the first title to the last title.
Okay.
And each title in between will share one word with the title that precedes it until you make it to the end.
Is it kind of like Wordle, where you're like guessing the letter?
No, not at all.
Okay, never mind then. I'm visualizing something totally different.
Not even a little bit.
Okay.
There are versions of this game that exist where you have to like connect things based on like similar letters or words.
Okay.
So like that's what we're doing here.
Okay.
You get to use 2 lifelines throughout this. One lifeline is I can tell you the author of the book. The second lifeline is I can tell you which word connects to the word above it.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
You only get to use those lifelines once, though.
Okay. So you don't come out the gate with that.
Well, you certainly could.
Okay.
But
it would be strategic if possible.
Right. And other than that, you still get to use all the other resources you have at your disposal for regular Guess That Gay book.
Okay.
You can look shit up online. You can use the Google.
The Google.
So here we go. So you are going to be connecting the word thorn to the word redemption through 5 book titles.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Book title number 1 has 2 words.
And is one of those words thorn?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So it's a 2-word book title, thorn blank.
Am I allowed to ask you questions? Or do I have to just go for it?
You get 2 lifelines. So those are the questions you can ask, or you can look shit up.
Is it okay to ask if it's one of your books?
No.
Oh, well, shit.
You don't get any other hints. You get those 2 lifelines, and that's it.
Thorn.
And they're all gay books.
Okay. Well, then. Man, Thorn is very popular. Hold on. Is it Heir to Thorn and Flame?
No. That has 5 words in it.
Oh, you said it has 2 words. Sorry, I blanked.
2 words.
2 words.
Thorn is the first word.
I got excited and forgot the thing you just told me.
I have given, yes, there are hints on the board. So
yes. Okay. I'm gonna keep.
I will say though,
researching.
Like the word and or in or any like that would count as a word.
Okay.
Just
Fallen Thorns?
No. Thorn is the first word.
Oh, it's the first word. I just thought it was in the title.
This is the title right here. These 2 words.
Oh. Okay, I'm getting there. I'm just kind of a little stupid.
This book is so much further down in your search results than mine.
I guess. Well, shit. I think I'm going to have to use one of my lifelines.
Okay. Well, you can't use the second one.
Oh, right. Yeah, because it would just give it away.
Right.
Author name then.
Mia Monroe.
Oh, shit.
What just clicked for you? Something just clicked.
Thorn Evermore? Huzzah.
That is correct.
Okay. I was like looking up gay books with Thorn in the title and just like scrolling through, being like, I don't fucking, like everything is something Thorn or like 14 words with Thorn. And I'm like, fuck. All right.
The next word, 5 words.
And Evermore is in it? Or is it?
I can't tell you that unless you want to use your other lifeline.
Wait, hold on. Okay. So, but they correspond with each other in some way. Okay.
One of those words is in the next title.
Excellent. And it's 5.
And it's 5 words. And you may have already guessed this title.
Well, shit. I have to try to go back and see what I said.
That was a free hint.
What's the one I fucking said? Hold on. Let's see. Was it the Heir? Heir to Thorn and Flame? Wait, how many is that? Heir to Thorn and Flame. 5. Hey!
Heir to Thorn and Flame by Ben Alderson.
Excellent. I like that cover. All right.
The next word, or the next title, has 2 words.
2.
What's your thought process? What are you looking for?
I'm going through some of your stuff to see because I was like, I thought something had flame in it. So I'm like trying to walk through my memories of like staring at all these covers. Because I think that would be easier than being like gay book with flame in the name.
I mean, how do you think I found all these titles?
I know. Let me see. Oh man, there's so many gay books with flame in the title. I feel like that's the wrong way to go. That's like opening Pandora's box here. All right, we're going to do a different way. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use one of the lifelines. What's the connecting word?
The connecting word is air.
Air? Okay. I'm glad I didn't do flame then. I was like, that's too much. That's too much.
And we are out of lifelines, ladies and gentlemen.
I know. Now it's just going to be me flailing for the next like 30 minutes. Let's see here.
Oh God, I hope not.
Let's see. And you said the and an and stuff like that would count as one of the words?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to give you one more clue.
Okay.
That isn't really a clue, but I don't think you've noticed it yet. The placement of the letters on the board matters.
Oh, it does help. Oh, is it Dark Air?
By?
C.S. Picot? Yeah.
It is.
Excellent. Okay.
The next title has 2 words.
Is it the same?
I don't know.
I mean, it looks like it.
You've used up all of your
No.
all of your clues. I cannot help you any more than I already have.
Okay, hold on. I feel like since you asked me the author name, that's important.
Or was I just fucking with you?
You could be. You are mischievous.
Mischievous.
Mischievous?
Yeah. Everybody in the world pronounces that word incorrectly.
Is it really mischievous?
It's mischievous. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I've been saying it wrong my whole life.
The more you know.
Yeah.
You and everybody else on the planet who speaks English. Sometimes they even get it. Like, I'll hear audiobooks where they're saying it wrong, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
How did they not catch that?
Nobody got it.
Narrators are the only people who know how to say that word. Because we get corrected when we say it wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Feel like I'm running into a dead end here.
What are you thinking? What's going on in the brain?
I'm thinking the titles have to be the same.
Do you want to make that an official guess?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't think so.
Mm-mm. So we know it's a 2-word title with either the word dark or the word air. It's either dark something or something air.
Okay.
Because the placement matters.
Yes. That's why I was like, oh crap. It's got to be very similar.
Just think for the listening audience how fast it will seem like you did all this.
I know. I was just thinking, I'm glad you're cutting out all of me being like staring at the computer pensively. Because everything is like the something air. Like everything's 3 words. So that's why I'm like, what the fuck? Ooh, what about red air?
No.
Exiled air?
Nope.
There's air's companion? Dirty airs?
It is an exact match to the words. Like it wouldn't be air and airs. It's always a direct.
Oh, okay.
It's a direct match.
Elven air?
Nope. You are so very sure it's air.
Well, shit.
Have you only been searching for that the whole time?
Yeah. I was like, it's got to be that.
What made you think it was air?
I don't know. A feeling. A wrong feeling.
I was wondering if I had somehow influenced that.
No, I just thought air would be easier to find besides dark because dark is such a common word in titles. So I was like, it would probably be that one. But I was incorrect. Ooh, Dark Sorceress. This looks cool.
It probably does.
Yeah. It's a sapphic retelling of Legend of King Arthur. All right. Ooh. All right.
Okay.
Now you're just helping me shop for books.
Right. I'm just imagining your next move will be to just pull up the dictionary and start guessing words. Dark aardvark.
Yeah. Yeah, just went down
Dark
like
axolotl.
Start from page 1.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's an anthology. That's like dark romance.
That'd be tricky of me.
Right? Dark Delights?
No.
Dark Dimensions?
No.
Dark Revolution?
No. I think at this point we're going to have to extend another lifeline.
Yeah, because I'm like, there's so many books with dark in the title that are gay.
So the author is Lisa Henry.
And it's not Red Air, huh?
No, it is not. Did Lisa Henry write a book called Red Air?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
what I was like, what's that one? For sure.
No.
Right, let's see.
Yeah, just kidding. It was that thing you said a half an hour ago.
I've just been fucking with you.
Yeah, no.
Dark Space?
Dark Space!
Hey! Ooh. Okay.
All right. So we have one more to go.
Okay.
We are negative lifelines.
I know. This is tricky. I'm also really bad at these games.
The final title has 4 words.
Okay. And Redemption's the last one.
Yes. And if you look at placement, which is important, I have given you another word.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Man, I
want you to know I tested all of these.
I know. Like, I think my algorithm's just shit.
If I look this up, what will pop up? Oh, yeah, it works. Have you come across any that you think are perhaps close?
No, I've got it in my head that Thorn's involved. So I'm trying that angle. But
why? What on earth would make you think Thorn is involved?
Well, because it lines up with Thorn. Okay,
it's
I'm wrong.
It's not touching.
Okay.
Look at the pattern.
I made an assumption and I was very wrong. Okay. Then I'm going down the wrong path.
Super wrong.
Okay.
There's only one box touching another box.
Yes.
Now I feel like I have to check in more often.
Huh?
What are you searching now?
Is it something with space in the title?
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Trying to look that up with it being space and redemption. I'm just getting Reddit threads of being like, do you have any recommendations for space redemption space operas? And I'm like, shit.
That's why I thought Amazon would be better.
No, Amazon is just
it won't show you Reddit threads.
Right. Well, and I'm trying that too, but Amazon is not being super helpful.
So for those listening, it's a 4-word title. We have determined it begins with space and ends with redemption. Space, blank, blank, redemption.
Is it Space Raptor Butt Redemption?
Love it. Space Raptor Butt Redemption. By Chuck Tingle.
Oh, love it.
A title I honestly thought you would just know off the top of your head.
I know, right? It is. How does this only have 9 reviews?
It's a tiny little novella.
That seems very low.
Well,
for Dr. Tingle.
So, eventually we got there, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, that's tricky.
Starting with Thorn, Evermore, connecting to air, to Thorn and Flame, connecting to dark air, connecting to dark space, connecting to Space Raptor Butt Redemption. And we've connected Thorn to redemption.
Yes.
On our first ever episode of Guess That Gay Book, title tagged. A concept we will be revisiting in the future, perhaps with some different rules.
Yes. Oh my God.
Maybe some time limits.
Yes, it's probably a good way to go.
So that's it for our episode today.
Yes.
How was that for you?
Stressful.
I know, it's supposed to be fun.
That's all right. I am bad at looking up titles on the internet, apparently.
Well, we're going to have to work on that.
Yeah.
Because the thing about making up games for this is like you have to try to think of things that will work for just listeners as well.
Yeah, that's what makes it tricky.
Yeah. So I was like, this will work.
Yeah.
And it will.
Yeah, it will.
Again, dear listeners, you only heard the portions where we were talking.
The long stretches of me being like, I don't know.
Yeah. So, but that's it for this week. Make sure you're following us in all the places on social media. And if you want to be listening to Only Skin Deep as we release episode to episode, you have to be a dear listener over at Patreon. And otherwise, we just want to hear from you. What YouTube personalities are you enjoying at the moment?
Yes.
And we will be back next week.
See you then.